welcome to day 23. That is diagonal. And we are back with a Disney layout. This time we are using Believe in the Magic from Bella Boulevard. And we are going to do a diagonal layout using a technique that I absolutely love, which is just tearing a paper in half diagonally. A lot of times, this is a great way to create a pocket on a page. It's a great way to just kind of give some visual interest. It's a fun way to save a big chunk of paper and have it for later. You could actually continue to add in that little pocket by adding other layers underneath it. It's just a really fun way to do a page. Now, what I am going to do is use that diagonal kind of as a pocket. And what I really wanted was a way to use a lot of those 3x4 cards. So the first thing I did is I put down the picture and kind of tucked it in the pocket. And then my plan was to tuck some of these 3x4 cards in the pocket as well. And you're going to see how this just doesn't work exactly the way I want it to. I am able to use quite a lot of what I want, but I really wanted to use this Dream Big. I loved those balloons, and you'll see the problem. The Dream Big is on the bottom, as is the words of these two. So the two that I really wanted to use were these two. The black one that says, Hello, Magic, is a dream, a wish, and then Dream Big. And neither one of those really work. So now I'm like, okay, what I really need are ones that have the saying on the top because that's the part that's going to show above the pocket. So I ended up getting this Best Day Ever, which is yellow and it's fun because there's not a lot of yellow. And then I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and put that Hello Magic on the bottom corner. It's going to sit there. It's not going to be in the pocket. So now I'm still feeling okay. And actually, as I'm looking at this now, I kind of wish I had kept those balloons because I could have covered up the text, but I was just really upset that I couldn't see Dream Big. And I really, try a lot of things. I'm like, okay, maybe I can put that on top. I don't love that. So I end up just putting the Dream Big away and I go with Say Cheese. And now I have really the look that I wanted, which is a few of those tucked into the page and then a few of them tucked into the little corner. So I mess around with that till I have it kind of how I want. And this is the base of the page. This is what I wanted to do when I saw both the challenge was diagonal and I saw this paper with a lot of these 3x4 cards that I really liked. Now, I don't do a lot of pocket page scrapbooking in my 12x12 scrapbooking anymore. So I don't have a place a lot of times to use those 3x4 cards. When I do December daily, I will use the 3x4 cards all the time. But this was a way I could use some of those 3x4 cards that I really liked in kind of what I thought was a creative way. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is something that some people probably will not like a lot of, but I have these chipboard frames. I love these chipboard frames, but I haven't used them because I don't have pictures that size. I really saw this one chipboard frame and it has the balloons again. And I've been dying. I wanted to use those balloons. So, what I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to cut the chipboard frames. Now, I say this all the time when I do lives for my little scrapbook store. I'm a guest designer, or I'm a designer over on my little scrapbook store for their design team. And I'll say on the lives that I do a lot, they're your supplies. You own them. You bought them. You can cut them. You can bend them. You can paint them. You can put holes in them. They belong to you. And this chipboard frame belongs to me. And I really wanted to use the flags. And then the other chipboard frame, I really wanted those balloons. And so I cut these apart and I am using the pieces of them that I want. And I really, really love how this page turned out. That chipboard little banner there with the black border, it really kind of pops on the page. It's super fun. And then I wanted balloons. I wanted that Dream Bigs card, and this was the next best thing to getting that Dream Big card was to cut these balloons out of chipboard and put them on the page. So I'm really hoping that this kind of shows you that you can have a page and you can have it however you want. Now, the other thing I did is I kind of made it look like the balloons were coming out of Mickey's hands. For those of you that have been to Disney World, you'll recognize that this is the TTC, the Ticket Transportation Center. This is the Mickey Mouse statue that is right there at the beginning of the TTC. And as you're walking in, if you park close enough that you don't have to take the tram, you can walk in and actually take a picture with this little metal Mickey Mouse. And that was our very first day of the trip. It was very exciting. It's kind of the first picture we got was this picture in front of the Mickey Mouse. It's always fun because, particularly if you do the Magic Kingdom as your first park, when you're usually up early, you're excited, you're going to go in and you're there. You want to get that picture, and this is usually the first picture that you can get with any sort of Disney characters, and you don't even realize that this is just the parking lot area at this point, but you're just so excited. And the number of times I've stopped and made people take pictures with this Mickey Mouse is, well, it's probably countless, but it's so much fun, and it just kind of signifies the start of a trip. And then when you're coming back after the fireworks and you're super exhausted and you've had 12 hours or more in the park, the picture that you would get of the people kind of leaving next to that Mickey Mouse would be funny, but I never seem to have that picture. I did add the happiness starts here little word on top of that black because I thought it was interesting because this is the very beginning of the trip. I drew the line to make that banner kind of look more complete. And then I just wrote that this was the first day of our trip and we were ready for an adventure. So I hope you're enjoying this. This is my take on Diagonal. It was super fun and super easy to do. Here's a quick close up of the entire layout. I will see you back here tomorrow, and I think we may have another Disney layout. See you then.